Hey everybody, this is Modesta from Purpose and Excellence. I told you yesterday that we have started the Masterplan sneak peek. You get to see some of the ways I answer questions participants of the Masterplan class ask. And so we've had one particular question that keeps coming along, and that is, how do I stand out in competition? And so I've started this series of 10 steps for you to stand out in competition that are not salesy, that is not overtly marketing yourself. And yesterday we started out with step 1, which is know what gets to you. What are some of the things that get to you that when you address them, you'll be received as being authentic, that you'll be received as somebody who's invested in this issue, and you'll also be received as what I call a general, that is a person who's gone through all the struggles and has now graduated over to the other side and therefore is qualified, has the credibility of getting them across. Today, we're talking about step 2, which is add value. This seems to go without saying, but listen, I have learned this the hard way. And then now that I'm really, more deliberate about just add value, no matter what the transaction seems to be like, I find that I'm attracting more and more people, more and more repeat business, more and more referrals. And wouldn't we want that? Which entrepreneur wouldn't want that? So what does add value mean? Add value means go over and above what it is that you're doing. The official offering that you're putting out there. Add value says, for instance, I coach, right? If my time is an hour, I can go over, to do it 2 hours. If it's 2 hours, I will give that person an extra 30, 45 minutes thereafter. Add value could mean somebody says, I know we're scheduled for these dates, but something is coming up. Can we be flexible? I won't say, well, that is not the policy. I'm sorry you've lost your money. But I will say, but of course, I understand life happens to the best of us and you're flexible. That adds value in a service-related business. Adding value could also be, like for instance, I have this complimentary consultation. I should be charging for those complimentary sessions. It's an hour of my time speaking to someone to gauge as to whether or not they're interested in business. Other people would say, okay, so pay first and then let's talk. But I say, you know what, you've got an hour with me. So, you want to know what the program is about? Would you like to get to know about me? I've had a lot of people asking me questions that have nothing to do with the business. They just want to know me as a person. I don't put up gates and say, wait a second, what does that have to do with the business? Why do you want to know my life? Well, they want to know who they're taking their money to and whether this person is sound and well-rounded enough for them to do business with. So you might have a brick and mortar business. You might have products, physical, hard products that you're putting out to market. What could adding value mean? It could be, sharing samples before doing the big sale. It could be, not only can you buy this, but we can come and service. We can come and install for free. It could be that we'll be coming around every quarter for maintenance, or 6 months or a year, or however long you need to do that. It could be that, look, we can dismantle and dispose of this for you at no additional cost. Add value. And the thing about adding value, so this is not just only for business, but imagine you're a person who's looking to position yourself in a certain way in your industry, looking for a promotion or looking for, to move to another organization. You could be a person who, for instance, is known to be involved in the industry, in professional associations. You would be a go-to person. For those that are on LinkedIn, you will see that there's a place where you can check to be a mentor or a coach, or to give industry specific advice to other people that may need it for their careers. That's adding value. Adding value says this person cares more about really having impact. This person truly cares about making a difference with people's lives, with people's businesses, and this is why they're doing this. It isn't necessarily just immediate transaction for them. Adding value is telling people that, what? It's not now that they're doing business that this person, is telling me that they can give me a really great service. But this person has been about it way before she started business. This person has stood for these causes and has really loved what they do way before they came here for this interview, for this job. And so if you're a person who adds value as a lifestyle, as a mindset, as a discipline, then it's easier for people to want to do business with you. It's easier for people to want to imagine you in their organizations or to look to employ you because you think the business and not just the job description. Because you're thinking of the industry, because you're invested in truly having impact rather than just having income in your pocket. So that is what adding value is. And that is step 2 to a 10 steps to standing out in competition. So what are the other steps? Step 1 was know what gets to you. Step 2, add value. I just want to read out the rest so you know what to expect tomorrow and the days after. Step 3, identify their pain. Not your pain, their pain. Step 4, know your customer. And you'll see a twist to what I mean by know your customer. Step 5, tailor your solution. We have this thing, and I'll tell you, the number of times I've spoken to people in the Masterplan class about, for instance, their CV, and, I ask, show me your CV for this role you're applying for. Let's say somebody's looking to either get a promotion or reposition in their industry, or they're changing careers entirely. And they'll give me this one CV. And I say, okay, but for this role, and they're thinking, but I have the one CV. And I tell them, I have a different CV for every single thing I apply for. Because you need to be seen to be speaking to that vacancy. Equally so, as entrepreneurs, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I'll tell you this. I get this idea, I work it out, I flesh it out, it's a plan, I want to take it to market, and I have all these assumptions about how good this product is, and I bet as soon as somebody hears of it, they're going to be wild and they want to do business with me. But that's what I want. I haven't asked them, who I'm targeting, what they want. And so it's really important to tailor your solution to who you want to take it to. Not because you made it and you say, this is what I offer, take it or leave it. No, it's like, what do you want? What can I do to serve you and your needs? Step 6, be present. Step 7, be human. Be human, flesh and blood. You feel what other people feel. Be human. Step 8, deliver excellence. Of course, Modesta would say this. This is critical. Step 9, get feedback. It is so key to solicit feedback. Not just so that you get to know whether you're doing good or bad, but it establishes rapport. People get to feel that you're a person who truly cares, that you're putting something out that you want to know, really meets a need. And, I had a one-on-one session with someone today in my executive program. And we were talking about just whether people get comfortable or not giving feedback. And feedback doesn't just come from when you're sitting down formally, I need to hear back from you, how am I doing, or how do you think you're doing? But feedback can be incorporated as a culture, as a lifestyle. That if I know you're approachable as my supervisor, as my senior, and we can have these conversations, you solicit the feedback, you welcome it, because there's some people, you give your boss feedback, you're persona non grata. Everybody else will be in their good books except you, simply because they asked for feedback and you were naive enough to think that you could give it and they could take it. And so feedback is not just for formal exchanges, but you can create, that environment where I want to hear from you. And hey, are you comfortable with me letting you know, I love what you do. I like the products. I love what your organization stands for. But you know this thing that you do this way? I wonder if you could do it this way. Oh, it would really add value. And so when we allow each other to give and take feedback, we create an environment where we're getting so much input. People pay to get surveys and all these studies done so that they can know how the business is doing. But if you create a culture and an environment where you're receptive, you're forever soliciting, and you actually incorporate feedback you receive, you will continuously be getting feedback from people on how you're doing. And then number 10 is ask for referrals. So these are the 10 things that you can do to stand out in a crowd without being salesy and overtly marketing. You're just living well with those that the stakeholders around your business, or the people that are in your industry and in your organization if it's about employment. And by so doing, they pick you out as the go-to, as a reference person, as a resource person, as truly the only person they can think of, either to employ or to do business with. And so that was step 1, which was know what gets to you. Step 2 today, add value. And tomorrow I'll be back with step 3. Identify their pain. not your pain, not what you wish would be their pain, not what you thought would be the issue that they have. No, 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 no. Find out what their pain is. Coming back to you tomorrow. I love you, Fausta. You know I was going to call you something else, right? Edgar, my mommy, Aunt Cloda, Nengai, hi, Matthew, Alice. No, I know I saw all those loves and likes, and I know they all came from you. Thank you so much for the love, my brother. Hey, Jacqueline, thank you. Edwin, Edgar, Enos, hi, Enos, doing well. I love your videos too. I should let you know the videos, shouldn't I? I will. Emmanuel, Alhaji, Esther, thank you so very much for tuning in. Around the same time tomorrow, because it's the weekend, I might be a little flexible. Continuing with how to stand out in a crowd, giving a little bit of a sneak peek into the Masterplan class. Have an amazing weekend. Bye.